They say artificial intelligence can read your mind. Sounds terrifying, right? Imagine someone scrolling through your thoughts like a news feed. Every secret, every memory, every random thing that pops into your head. The idea sounds like science fiction horror. But here's the truth. In 2025, the reality of AI and the brain is far less scary than you might think, and actually much more fascinating. Sci-fi roots. The idea of machines reading minds isn't new. Science fiction has been teasing us with this for decades. From books in the 1950s to blockbuster movies today, the dream, or nightmare, of mind-reading technology has been everywhere. We've seen villains controlling thoughts, heroes communicating silently, and futuristic societies where privacy no longer exists. These stories planted the idea in our imagination that technology could one day crack open the human mind like a diary. But science fiction often exaggerates what's possible, and in reality, the brain is far more mysterious and far more complex than any writer could have guessed. So the big question is, in 2025, how close are we really to the science fiction version of mind reading? What people think. Scroll through TikTok, YouTube, or Reddit, and you'll see all kinds of claims about AI and mind reading. Some people swear their phone listens to their thoughts, not just their conversations. Others believe Elon Musk's Neuralink project is already recording people's dreams. There are viral videos suggesting that governments are building secret technology to scan thoughts remotely. To be fair, it can feel that way sometimes. Ads online often match things you were just thinking about, and when technology advances so quickly, it's easy to confuse reality with speculation. But most of these claims come from misunderstandings. What people are really experiencing isn't mind reading at all. It's advanced data tracking, targeted advertising, and in some cases, just coincidence. The truth is far more scientific and much less like a spy thriller. What AI can do. So let's talk about what AI actually can do with the human brain right now. Scientists in research labs have achieved some incredible things, but only under very specific conditions. For example, using fMRI scans, researchers have trained AI models to reconstruct images that people are looking at. If someone looks at a picture of a dog, the AI generates a blurry but recognizable image of a dog. If they see a face, the AI might produce a vague outline of a human face. That's not true mind reading. It's closer to detecting visual patterns in the brain and translating them into an approximation. Another experiment showed that AI could use brain scans to predict the basic outline of a sentence someone was thinking about. The results weren't perfect, but they were groundbreaking. What this shows is that the brain does send out signals that AI can interpret, but only when the person is hooked up to advanced machines. And that's a big limitation, because without that equipment, AI can't see into your thoughts at all. EEG and AMP, Neuralink. Other experiments use EEG headsets, those caps covered in sensors that track electrical activity in the brain. With enough data, AI can sometimes predict which word a person is about to say or what number they are thinking of. Again, this isn't the same as reading random thoughts. It's more like detecting a signal and matching it to a database of known patterns. Then there's Neuralink, the company founded by Elon Musk. They've made some amazing breakthroughs, like showing a monkey playing a video game using only its brain signals. More recently, a paralyzed man was able to type sentences just by thinking about the letters. This is incredible progress for medicine and accessibility. It means people with disabilities might one day control devices, type messages, or even walk again using brain-computer interfaces. But even with these successes, it's still not the sci-fi idea of reading every private thought. These systems only work when electrodes are connected to the brain, and they require years of training and calibration. In other words, AI can work with brain signals, but only the ones it's specifically taught to recognize. What AI cannot do. Now let's clear up what AI cannot do in 2025. AI cannot read your private thoughts. It cannot scan your brain from across the room. It cannot decode memories or emotions in full detail. Your phone is not secretly spying on your inner dialogue. Ads that feel too accurate are just based on your browsing history, your location, and the huge amount of personal data companies collect online. That's very different from mind reading. Even when hooked up to advanced machines, AI cannot perfectly reconstruct what you're thinking. At best, it gets a blurry, rough sketch of what's happening in your brain. Think of it this way. Your brain is like the most complicated language in the universe. Every neuron firing is a letter, every pattern is a sentence, and your entire mind is a library with billions of books. Right now, AI has only learned a few words. We are still decades away from anything resembling true telepathy. So if you're worried about AI stealing your secrets while you sit on the sofa, you can relax. That technology simply doesn't exist. Future possibilities. Now, just because AI can't read minds today doesn't mean the future won't get interesting. Over the next 20 years, AI combined with brain interfaces could change medicine and technology forever. Imagine a world where someone with Alzheimer's could restore their lost memories, or where people with spinal injuries could walk again because AI translates their brain signals into movement. Imagine typing an email just by thinking about the words, or even sharing emotions directly with another person without speaking. These possibilities sound futuristic, but researchers are already taking the first steps toward them. Of course, with progress comes ethical concerns. Who owns your brain data? If your thoughts can be recorded, can they also be stolen? What happens if hackers break into a system connected to your brain? These questions may sound like science fiction, but they're exactly the kind of issues scientists, ethicists, and governments are starting to debate right now. The technology has huge potential to help people, but it also comes with risks that society will have to manage carefully. So, can AI read your mind in 2025? The answer is no, not in the way science fiction imagines. What AI can do is decode certain brain patterns when given the right equipment and training, and translate those patterns into simple words, images, or actions. It's a long way from spying on your inner thoughts. The real story isn't about fear, it's about potential. Potential for medicine, for accessibility, and for the future of how humans and machines work together. The question we need to ask ourselves isn't, can AI read our minds, but how far should we let it go? Would you ever connect your brain directly to a machine? Would you trust AI with your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below.